I begin simply by wishing all of you a happy Mother's Day. Let's say that together. Happy Mother's Day! And what I want you to know is that every one of us, even the gentlemen, are in some way mother. Because we nurture, we love, we bless, right? And so even those of us who may not have had physical children, we love and we bless our partner. We love and we bless our pets. How many of you are mothers? One of these, one of us has many pets, many dogs.
They're in the truck. They came to the center.
We'd have to bring them in if we were allowed to. That would be fun. They would really run amok. Anyway, so how many of you were born?
Yeah.
So what I know, that was a trick question. One of my colleagues said that he asked that question every Mother's Day just to make a point that all of us have a mother. So we're going to be doing that today. But before we begin, I just wanted to call your attention to this invitation. Every one of you should have one of these on your seat, and it is your personalized invitation that this coming Friday, we are going to have a party. We are celebrating 10 years. Remember when you were 10? You were, when we were all 10, we were really playing. How many of you played? Yeah. You're all about playing, right? So we're going to have a party and balloons and cake, and we're also at the same time installing 3 magnificent ministers into our congregation, to our center. You are invited. Please come. Bring a friend. We're going to have so much fun, and we're honored to have special guests. We have, first of all, Dr. Ken, who will be the not the presider, but he's going to be doing the ceremonies. And we have the first 3 ministers. Well, one of them, Reverend, the one from Vernon Dale. He actually wasn't a minister here, but he helped a lot. And then we have the founding minister, Reverend Connie. Some of you, how many of you remember Reverend Connie? There you go. And then we have Reverend Pat Zogar, and she's going to be here doing like a 5-minute little sharing too, a mini message, I like to call it. So, and then we have Reverend Dale, and we have lots of people visiting. We're going to have dinner, a no-host dinner at Storms. If you've ever not eaten there, or if you have eaten there, you'll know that it's fabulous food. We're going to meet there first and have dinner. Anyways, it's a great time, so please take this with you and invite a friend and let everyone know that we're going to all celebrate together. It's so important that we celebrate our accomplishments. So, all right, just wanted to say that before we begin. And I start with, I asked Reverend Pat to put this in our PowerPoint. She wasn't able to do it, but it's a picture of a mama swan with 3 little baby swans. Can you see it? And a quote from Stevie Wonder. I love Stevie Wonder. He says this, Mama, he calls her, Mama. Mama was my greatest teacher. A teacher of compassion, love, and fearlessness. If love is sweet as a flower, then my mother is that sweet flower of love. Stevie. Isn't that sweet? He's so sweet. Anyway, I had to share that to begin with. And so we're going to start with a blessing, and then we have a special gift. Can you guess what it might be? A beautiful gift for all the mothers present today. So I'm going to invite you right now, if you would join me in just this sort of a blessing and a prayer. So if you would be so kind as to close your eyes as I share this beautiful blessing. Ray also going to be playing the wings. He's my wing angel gentleman, kindly playing those. And so as we close our eyes on this beautiful, beautiful day, we're simply recognizing and acknowledging and thanking our mothers, who without one, we would not be born onto this planet. And so I invite you, as you go into your heart center, as you allow yourself to put your awareness in your heart, that on this beautiful day, on this Mother's Day, my heart overflows with gratitude and with love to and for my mother. I acknowledge the perfection and the wholeness of mothers, all of our mothers who carried us and who have given us birth. I thank and acknowledge all of the mothers present here today in today's service and those who were not able to come today to the center. We bless and send our love to all of them. And most especially, I thank and acknowledge my own mother, and I invite you to do the same. Just be in that wonderful place of gratitude and blessing. I am so grateful for all of the mothers who raised us. And for some of us, those mothers may have been either our birth mom or maybe we were adopted. So those adoptive moms, perhaps maybe an older sister helped raise us, or an aunt, or a grandmother, or perhaps a stepmother, or someone else. And I join with the power of God to celebrate all of these women who held us and fed us and who cared for us and who kissed away our pain. I know that our lives reflect the love that they showed us, and that they would be pleased to be called our moms or our mothers. I also acknowledge today older mothers whose children are grown, and all the grandmothers, and all the great-grandmothers, and the great-great-grandmothers. I am grateful for all mothers, and that they experience joy and satisfaction in a job well done. I am grateful and bless the pregnant women, those who are soon to be a mother, that they have patience and clarity and guidance in the coming months. I am grateful and bless moms who face the demands of single parenthood, knowing that they are strengthened and given wisdom. For moms who enjoy financial abundance, and for those on our planet who are raising their children in abject poverty, that all of them experience the life-enhancing tools of truth. For stepmoms, knowing that they are given quality time to share with their families and imbued with patience and understanding and love. For moms who are separated from their children, may Spirit give them peace and hope. For moms in marriages that are in crisis, may they be filled and loved and supported and given insight. May the lives of mothers flow in order to be receptive this day to the infinite presence of love, of the divine, that life-giving principle. And I pray also there are some men who are actually the mothers who raise their children like they are a mother. And so I pray for the men who have been mothers to their children. May they receive deeper love as caregivers to their children. And I pray for the moms who have lost their children, especially those who have lost their children through suicide. May they be comforted in all of their sorrow. And I pray for adoptive mothers that they may be filled with love and gratitude for the gift of children. And I pray for those people present who are grieving the loss of their own mother, perhaps in this last year. May each of those mothers who are experiencing challenges in their health be blessed. And may any appearance of disease be replaced with vibrant energy, health, and love of life. And I pray for all mothers on this planet, that they are loved and appreciated and blessed and cared for in all that they give to us as their children. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we bless all the mothers. And back to our own mother, I give thanks to my mother for bringing me forward into this place, onto this planet, for all of the love and I miss my mom every day. And so just feeling that love, sending that love from your heart out to fill this room, from this room to fill the city of Kamloops out into the world, just being in love and appreciation to all mothers everywhere. Thank you. Bless you. And we love you. And so with that in mind, I invite you now to very gently open your eyes. For we have a special gift, and I'd like to invite all of the mothers that are present here today to come forward. I'm going to ask Ken and Derwin, I call him Divine Derwin, if you would please come forward. And all of the mothers, if you're a mother, please come up. Come on, little mama. And we have a beautiful rose for you. Yes, you can have 2 lines if you like, ladies. 2 lines. Mister, when you have to give hugs. Yes, hugs too. Hugs all around. All right, now if you're a mother to a pet, or you have an adopted child, or you are mothered someone, please come up and get a rose here. Speaking of a mother, look who's walking in. So everyone, we have plenty of roses. Yeah, so you can put those back. I have them. Thank you. All right, so I want you to take a moment and just to smell your rose. You're supposed to smell the roses along the way, right? And Sandy, where's your rose? You don't have a rose? Will you bring a rose to Sandy, please? You don't want a rose? Okay. Yes?
I had a professor who used to say, you've got to stop to analyze the roses.
How about if you just stop analyzing the roses along the way?
He was a scientist.
All right, and so we're going to take a moment now that we've blessed our mothers and acknowledged it, we're going to also bless and acknowledge the earth. Because without our earth mother, we would not be here. She provides amazing gifts. Just ask Pam. She has all kinds of vegetables and things growing, cherries pretty soon, all kinds of things growing in her yard. The earth is our mother, and we must take care of her. So I'm going to just very gently play the drum as we bless our Mother Earth. So if you'd like, you're welcome to close your eyes and send your love, your loving blessings to our planet, to this Earth Mother upon which all of us live. How many of you recognize you have an Earth Mother, the Mother Earth? And she, this time of year, is poignant with beauty, with grace, with lots of sunshine and beautiful flowers. Right? All right, so let's do this. Just close your eyes. Take care of her. The earth is in this place of growing, the heartbeat, we bless our Earth Mother and all she provides, the beauty, the rivers, the flowers, the trees, all of nature, the sunshine, even, yes, the snow, the rain. We bless all of it, knowing that every season has its beauty, has its grace. Thank you, Earth Mother. We bless you. We love you. We appreciate you. We are you. We are part of this beautiful planet. And so it is. Woo! So what does it take to get a master's degree in spirituality? Anyone know? How do we get a master to become a master at anything? You all know. What is it? Practice, 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 right? And all of us are on a journey. We're all on our own journey. So enrolling in the master's program in our education, we all have gone to kindergarten, right? And junior high, wasn't that fun? And then high school and then college. And then if we wanted a specific master degree, we would go to college, to an advanced program like perhaps TRU. And we even have teachers in our congregation that teach there. And so we get focused in our last years in college on what that might be. And this month we are engaged in our master's program in spirituality. And as a reminder, from last week, our master's program comes from 4 levels of consciousness. This is taught by Dr. Michael Beckwith. If you don't know who he is, most of you do, you can Google him and you will find out everything you wanted to know. He's fabulous. And so there are 4 levels of consciousness. Why me? That's the first one. We say why, we're whining, or why me? The second one is by me. We become the metaphysician and we know that through consciousness, I can make it happen. Number 3 is through me, or the Father within doeth the work. And the 4th level is as me. We realize that we are that. The one we have been seeking all along has been the divine within our own being. So that's the 4 levels. And then there, some of us recognize that this planet has had many masters of spirituality. For example, Jesus was an example. He was a master teacher, not just because he made water into wine, although that was lots of fun, I'm sure, but because people, even in his presence, all they had to do was touch the hem of his purple outfit. They just touched his hem and they were healed. Just being in his presence to someone that was so clearly at one with God, with the Father within. He was so clear. The Father and I are one. He said it all the time. And you just had to be in his presence to be healed. Isn't that amazing? And so today is our day to get fully enrolled, to fully commit to being the master. And I have a beautiful poem that I'm going to share with you called Touched by the Master's Hand. I don't know if you've heard it before. It's a beautiful poem. So what does it mean to be committed? What does it mean to get fully enrolled in anything? In school, in your exercise program? How many of you love to exercise? How many of you love to dance? Oh, that's better. Okay. Me too. So these are, I looked it up. You know Mr. Webster, he always has a good idea. So this is what he says. When you enroll, this is what you do in college too. You get engaged in, you sign up for, you put your name on, you join, you become an active participant. And that's where a lot of us kind of get lost a little bit. You become an active participant. So a way of thinking and being and acting and feeling that moves us toward our focused intention. And our purpose here this month is to have that focused intention, is to move more and more and more into the ways of oneness, to be one with the one. That's our whole idea. In Science of Mind, teacher founder Dr. Holmes says in Science of Mind textbook that the only place to begin our spiritual journey is right where we are. Right where we are. That's what he said. It's right where we are, and right where we are is the perfect place to begin. So last week we took our entrance exam. Who remembers the LRE? The entrance exam, and that is we asked 3 questions. Where are you when you are hit, or it doesn't actually hit you, it's for you, but it appears like you're hit by a life challenge. Where are you? How do you react? Where, number 1. Number 2, where is our relationship with the divine, not just when we're hit with a challenge, but in every day? And finally, where are we in our earth stewardship and are really caring for the earth? Many of us here recycle. I know I do. I just found out today that one of us lives very close to the recycling plant. Isn't that amazing? You can just walk there with all your recycling. It's pretty amazing. And so wherever you are on your personal and unique journey right now this morning, I invite you to get enrolled in, to get engaged in, to sign up for, to put your name on and fully participate in mastering the next step for you. And who decides what your next step is? You do. You decide what your next step is. How many of you are ready for the next greatest, grandest version of your life now? Are you ready? Sign me up. Yeah, some people have both their hands up. They're ready. I'm ready. What is it? I don't know yet. I don't know. But it's good. I know it's fabulous. And so whatever it is, we want to fully sign up and say, I am ready. I'm having a communication with the divine. And oneness is so important. So oneness means we realize that when a life challenge comes into our experience, it is meant for us. It is not done to us. Oneness means that our relationship with the divine is not a relationship with something or someone outside of us, but rather that which lives, moves, and has its being within us. And that it is a relationship that we must cultivate at all times, in all situations. And oneness means we are profoundly aware that we have to take care of our earth mother as well. We're not only acknowledging the mother that brought us with her love into this world. Let me tell you, labor. Who remembers labor? I want to say a labor. My mom told me that I didn't want to come out. This was a long time ago in the 1950s. I didn't want to come out. So what did the doctors do and the nurses? They were, kind of roughing her up. And like, Joanne, come on. It's like, no, I don't want to. So she said it was a little rough there because I wouldn't come out. She's in labor anyway. Who knows what that means? So oneness, we want to go into oneness. And master's level living means that I incorporate into my life practices that keep me in conscious connection with the divine, to God's presence as me. And Brother Lawrence called this practicing the presence. And St. Paul, we have a different Paul here, but St. Paul called it praying without ceasing. It's the building of a connection that becomes more and more and more clear, more conscious. So the moments of remembering God's presence aren't just on Sunday morning at 10:30. We want to have more than that, right? More than that, just once a week. What about if you just ate one meal a week and it was once a week? Well, you wouldn't, we all be like starving, right? So we have to consciously give ourselves the spiritual food of connection to Source on a daily basis. And wouldn't it be nice if we could do that even more than just like 3 meals a day? We did it constantly. So how do we enter into this conscious connection with the divine? How do we do that? God said, and I'm going to share this because this is a great teaching story. See if this is you. It's a great teaching story. God was having a conversation with a man named Jonah. Anyone remember him? And he said, Jonah, God said something to like this. He said, Jonah, I want you to cross over here and go to Nineveh. And there are some things going on that aren't quite copacetic. And I want you to straighten them out. So that was his assignment. This is my assignment, said the divine God, directly to Jonah. This is what you're supposed to be doing, and this is for your life right now. Or something to that effect. So what did Jonah do?
No.
He got into the boat, and he said no. And he got into the boat, and he went in the opposite direction. When was the last time that you got divine guidance that you're supposed to go do this and you said no? And you ran in the opposite direction like your hair was on fire. Anyone ever do that? Anyone ever say no? And then what happened?
All shit broke loose.
What happened? Yeah. So he went exactly the opposite of what God said, that the God of his being told him. And so plan A was that God gave Jonah the guidance and gently and clearly, and plan B, and this is what happens to a lot of us, Jonah didn't listen, and so God used plan B, and this is plan B in case you're wondering. Whatever the situation that you didn't listen to, it gets more intense. Ever notice that? Abraham Hicks says, if a situation comes into your life and you don't take care of it, don't worry, says Abraham Hicks, it'll get worse. Don't worry, it'll get worse. So we need to pay attention. We call these wake-up calls. Anyone ever have a wake-up call? Yes, we have wake-up calls. More than one, yes, exactly. And so it is in that intensity that he's on the boat. He's headed exactly in the wrong direction, Jonah, with his life. A storm comes up, he's tossed out, and he's swallowed by a whale. And we know that story. Now that's God's attention-getting device. And some of us today, sitting in this room, may have some whales. Are we having a whale of a good time?
Yeah.
Right now in our lives because we didn't listen. So the deal is when God sends guidance and with gentleness, it's a folly to ignore it. I've learned that. The question I've got a lot and that I think about a lot is that I know this is, people ask me this too. So when the guidance comes in, how do you know it's just not, you know, my mother was a worrywart, and so she worried about everything, right? And so, is it really God talking to me and clear? And that comes with practice. And I'm going to give you this story, this true story, and this is one of my colleagues, so you'll be able to relate to this. It's great. So what she was telling me this just happened. So one of my colleagues goes to the store and buys herself a brand new pair of dazzling spring shoes. Not these. They are dazzling too. A different pair of dazzling shoes. A different pair of dazzling shoes. And they're wedges. And she buys them, and this little voice, she said, now the voice was an emotionless, I'm going to say it, she said it was emotionless, matter-of-fact statement that she heard, do not buy these shoes, they are not stable. And she said, oh, but they're so cute. So she didn't listen. She bought the shoes and she wore them. Guess what happened? She kind of tripped. They were wobbly. So she tripped not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times. And every time she would trip and they were wobbly, this very emotionless, clear voice said, do not wear these shoes. They are unstable. So one night she was teaching a class. She stepped back and guess what happened? She fell off her wedgies. She fell off her wedgies, and she took her wrist to break the fall, and she shattered her wrist. And she said, now that was an interesting class that I taught, right? And so she did not listen. She received a message, she received guidance, and she did not listen. And that's what happens. So right now, deep down, we're all of us have guidance. We all have some nudges that we've been given. They come in different ways for different people, and they can come in a yearning that's, there's more to life than this. It might come as a thought, an idea, a picture, a feeling, a color, an idea. They can come with a sense of uneasiness. And it comes into our awareness that maybe a certain thing we've done for a long time we shouldn't be doing anymore. Let's say we're eating a lot of a certain product that we know is not good for us, and we eat it anyway. Anyone ever do that? I think I'll buy a bag of potato chips and have just a few. I sit on the whole bag's fine. So we want to listen. The most important thing we can do is that we have to listen and hear the guidance that is always provided. In every minute, the universe is, the divine presence, love, is always within us. The divine presence of the Christ, they say, that lives in our hearts, Buddha, whatever name you want to call this infinite, beautiful presence, is within and all around us. It is guiding us. And it really helps if you ask, should I buy these shoes? I've learned to now check in with my guidance on everything. And sometimes your guidance will come and it'll be like, you're not really sure why. Like I moved into a new place and I now live in a new location. And the guidance, you know, I really checked in. I was offered this and I went and looked and I went back and I went back and I looked and I pondered and I thought and I prayed and I asked, and the guidance was, this is going to be the best move you've ever made. I don't know, I still don't know why. I mean, I love where I am, but I don't know why. But I'm following, I'll find out, right? More will be revealed. So, you also have this guidance. It is right inside you. It's called your gatometer or your gut. You have a gatometer inside you, and it tells you by how you feel. If this is a happy thing, it'll fill with light and you'll want to do it. If it's not the right thing, you might sense a feeling of dread or uneasiness. Don't do it. Please listen to your guidance. It is the divine. Dr. Holmes called our intuition a direct impress from the divine. And it's talking to you in every moment. Please listen. That is the whole message of today. So in order for this to happen, I'm going to share this poem with you, and then we're just going to go into our closing as we celebrate Mother's Day. And this particular poem I thought was so perfect. We have to listen to the divine. And this is called The Touch of the Master's Hand. I want you to play the beautiful wings as I share this poem. It's not very long, but it's very powerful. So let's close our eyes and surrender into guidance that there, right now, right where we are, right where I am, right where you are, there is clear, beautiful guidance. And I'm inviting every one of us to really pay attention, to listen to that still small voice that is always guiding us, directing us, clearly loving us. And it's always there if we listen. This poem is entitled The Touch of the Master's Hand by Myra B. Welch. 'Twas battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it scarcely worth his while to waste much time on the old violin, but he held it up with a smile. "What am I bidding, good folks?" he cried. "Who will start bidding for me? $1, $1 here. Anyone bid $1? No, make it $2. $2. No, make it $3. $3 once, $3 twice, going for $3. But no, from the room far back, a gray-haired man came forward and picked up the bow. Then wiping the dust from the old violin and tightening up the strings, he played a melody pure and sweet as an angel's wings. The music ceased, and the auctioneer, with a voice that was quiet and low, said, "What now am I bidden for this old violin?" And he held it up with a bow. A voice from the back said, $1,000, and who will make it $2? $2,000, and who will make it $3? $3,000 once, $3,000 twice, and going, gone, said he. The people cheered, and some of them asked, "We do not quite understand. What changed its worth?" The man replied, "The touch of the master's hand." And many a man with life out of tune and battered and torn within is auctioned cheap to a thoughtless crowd, much like the old violin. A mess of pottage, a glass of wine, a game he travels on. He's going once, he's going twice, he's going and almost gone. But the master comes, and the foolish crowd never can quite understand the worth of a soul and the change that's wrought by the touch of the master's hand. And so this week I invite you, your assignment is to surrender into the touch of the master's hand in spirituality, to place yourself in the hands of the Master, the Creator. And by making a conscious connection with that center in you, that is divine, that heart in you, reaching out beyond and asking for guidance from the divine. That action from that place, that way, we enroll in, we engage in, we fully sign up for this expanded, deep, powerful, beautiful connection to the divine. It is always there. It is always there. It is always within us. And so in gratitude for that, and again, remembering to bless and be grateful for our mothers today. On Mother's Day, we celebrate our mothers. We thank them. We bless them for all of the love that they have given to us. Their time, their energy, their love. Kissing away our pain. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all the mothers here today, to all the mothers on our planet, and to our very planet itself. Thank you. And with that in mind, we say together, and so be it.